All right. So what are you doing when they call you for Cobra Kai? You just doing stand up, doing comedy things? You're going good.
Yeah. Well, with Cobra Kai, man, I was actually. It's crazy. It's a cool story, kind of. But get to it. I was doing a theater in Asbury Park that weekend, and I get a call. My agent's like, "Yo, there's some Karate Kid show for YouTube." Because remember, we shot it for YouTube.
Yeah, we were talking about this morning. YouTube Red.
YouTube Red, which they had to change the name, by the way,
Oh,
because too many people kept going RedTube.
Whoops. Totally different.
So they shot the first 3 seasons. We only aired 2. Oh, anyways, so my agent called me, told me, and I was busy promoting because I was in Jersey all week,
right?
Which ended up working out in my favor because because I went to high school in South Florida. I have if I'm out of New Jersey, you might hear an accent.
Yeah.
When I'm there, you could tell
right
like
back.
I don't have one.
Yeah.
And especially in acting, like you try and you don't want to overpronounce the words. And I was spending so much time there that by the time I was flying back to LA on Monday, I was supposed to go land and then go right to the studio. I wasn't reading the script until I was on the plane. And as I'm reading it, I'm like, wait a minute. I thought it was something for YouTube, which paid like normal network money.
Right.
I didn't really fully grasp it. I focused on the plane. I'm like, wait, this is with the full cast.
Yeah.
And then when I went in, I was, reading it normal, but I had a slight accent where, because a lot of those guys the actors get so cartoony with the, hey, how you doing? So I just, auditioned that way. But the guys that did Cobra Kai, they were big, they knew stand up.
Yeah.
And because they did Harold and Kumar and what's the other one they did? Hot Tub Time Machine.
Oh, yeah.
So then they requested me, but I still had to go through the process.
Right.
And then
That's great. That's great. They were probably looking for a guy who had the look but could be funny and do that whole deal.
Well, they said to me what they sold on that I didn't know. I didn't overact. Like I just basically just acted normal. Which
I could never be an actor. I wouldn't know where to stop with the, how you doing?
If you were doing all that?
Yeah.
I mean, it's funny. Every role I've ever had, I'm in a tracksuit. I'm for real, rightfully so. First time, my first speaking role on TV was in CSI New York. Tracksuit.
Yeah.
The first major show where I had like recurring was on Weeds. Played an Armenian.
Right.
Tracksuit.
Yeah.
I did Steve Burns movie. I'm in tracksuit.
Right.
What was the other? This thing I just did, Witness Infection with like the guys from Reno 911, tracksuit. And then even in Cobra Kai, I didn't think I would be. I ended up in a tracksuit when I'm breaking up the car.
Yeah. Do you think it might be the chain?
Listen, rightfully so. I have those tendencies.
What's your deal now? You got divorced? You got a girlfriend now?
I got divorced back then.
Yeah,
I've been seeing a girl in Vegas.
What does she do?
She does marketing.
Oh.
She works in.
I was waiting for you to be like, she's a showgirl or whatever.
No, she's
in my head. That's what all Vegas
both
girls
the
do.
girls. Both my wife too was into computer stuff.
Right.
I like
normal,
grounded, normal.
Yeah.
I mean, in some ways, you got to have a little dysfunction on you.
Yeah, my wife is a therapist, but she's also nuts, so it works out perfectly.
Well, they usually are, right?
Yeah.
It's like when you're on set that you'll meet the hair people and their hair's all messed up. Right? You know what I mean? The catering person's a vegan. It's like they're always opposite.
Yeah, of what they're. Yeah. Is there anything better being an actor than the catering? Like we went out and did Steve Burns' Sullivan and Son. And I couldn't believe the amount of food how everybody in Hollywood is not 400 pounds.
Well, it's weird too. It's like, all right, well, you have like the regular food, which is phenomenal.
Yeah.
Right? The lunch, especially on Cobra Kai, the food was great. The catering.
Yeah.
But then it's that, they call it the crafty or the craft service table. And that's stuff you would never buy or eat in real life. And then you're just picking. You're like, yogurt covered pretzels. I'll eat, red vines. I don't know.
Red vines. Who wanted the red vines?
I've never seen them. Like Twizzlers I saw.
Yeah.
Red vines is like the
skinny,
the kickball in elementary school where you never know. They're always there, but you don't know where they get them. Where is that? I can't get that in the store.
That's so funny.
And the red vines are like that. I was like, where do people buy these and find this?
That's hilarious.
But then what getting back to the Cobra Kai thing. So when we shot it for YouTube, because I signed my divorce papers April 8th,
Right.
2020. Then I get a call from my agent that Netflix picked up Cobra Kai. And I mean, when I tell you I was on the balls of my ass,
Yeah.
because I lost a house, it was a tough time.
Right.
Then all of a sudden,
You're waiting
signed
for
the
good
divorce
news.
papers, boom, Netflix picked it up, get a fat check. And now I'm like,
Nice.
all right,
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm
Start
back.
over.
Baby.
Now, were you out financially, or did you have to pay her or anything? Like once you
No,
signed, you're done.
listen, she was a good person. There
Yeah.
was no animosity or nothing like that. We were adults about it.
How long were you married?
We were together. We were together almost 11 years, but married 5.5.
And no
almost.
kids.
No kids.
So that's Louis C.K. used to say that. He's like, when I was married and I wanted to get out, I couldn't get out. And then I had kids and I realized I could have got out before. Now I really
Now
can't
you
get out.
can't
Yeah.
get out. I don't have any kids, which I know will be a regret for me.
You think? Well, you're still pretty young. How old are you?
I'm 52.
Shut up. Why do you look so good and I look so old?
I don't know, man.
Yeah. You're
think we know.
52?
Yeah.
You shut up. Nobody. Wow, you look great.
Thanks.
I would have had you early 40s. I
It's
would've
still
said you're
kind of old
42.
than what I usually get.
Well, only
Hey,
because
don't insult me. No.
you've been coming on this show for so long. I mean, I know just from having you around. Wow, good for you. You got good. That might be the German genes that's stuck in there.
Nah, I think it's
Preserve
Sicilian.
Sicilian.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
my mom is. If I show you a picture of my mom, she's 80.
Yeah, it
And
probably
she
looks great.
She looks
Yeah.
great. And then my grandmother was like 97. The older Italian, they live forever, thank God.
Yeah.
And-
You probably will regret not having kids. That's
Yeah,
very
yeah.
Italian, but you probably got a bunch of nieces and nephews.
I got 2 nieces, and then but we were living in Ohio before the divorce, and that was like the plan.
Yeah.
'Cause I don't want to raise a kid on like Sunset and Doheny. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
I remember driving through the hills, and looking around and be like, how did kids play street football here?
No, there's nothing. Yeah.
No, you know what I mean? There's nothing.
You gotta
There's no
climb up
kid
a
stuff.
mountain. Yeah. It's funny because my son I know would live there in a second. He loves it there. And we were there not too long ago driving through, and I thought, and I could just see him looking around like he loves it. And I thought, maybe. And then I thought, no, this would be the absolute worst place to raise a kid.
Oh, it's terrible.
Yeah.
And it's overpriced. You're
Yeah,
running in
way
place.
overpriced.
Because I bought when we left LA. I actually moved out to like Agora Hills,
Yeah.
that area, and we lived in a nice place. But you're still running in place because you're always breaking even every
Yeah,
year.
right,
'Cause
right.
taxes are through the roof.
Yeah.
State tax is at I think it's at 13% if you're over a certain amount.
That's crazy.
And then, you got 15, 20 to the government, 10 to the agent, 10 to the manager,
Yeah,
5 to the
handing it
lawyer.
out to everybody.
It's
yeah.
crazy, man.
Yeah.
And then gas is through the roof. And
Yeah, there's too many things working against you.
yeah.
It really
And
is
my
horrible.
ex-wife was from Ohio, and I bought a beautiful home out there for like $400.
Right. That's the thing.
So cheap.
When you see what you can make, what you can get with that money. I remember Bert got his first house, and I went there, and it was nice. They had just built that man cave in the back, so it was like really nice back there. But it was okay.
The first one where the pool was out in like Studio Village.
Yeah.
Not the one now.
Not the one now.
No, the one now is phenomenal.
The one now is it's like 3 pieces of property.
Strong.
Yeah. So no, the first one that was out where they put the pool in. That first time I was out there, he was like, I mean, that's a house here that cost $250,000-$300,000. I think that was like $2 million.
The little one.
The little one, yeah.
That's
Oh, the one he
probably
has
now is
It's crazy.
through the roof.
Yeah.
But getting back to that, what you were saying about how like the mid, because I would watch those HD TV shows.
Like,
And when you're living in LA and
Yeah,
you're seeing
yeah.
a guy like with a 5-bedroom house on a lake with like a stay-at-home wife, and he's like a manager of a Johnny Rocket. You're like, you're just going, the house is possible.
Yeah. We
This
do
guy's
that
putting
all.
a pool in. We don't even have a parking space.
He's got property.
We do that all the time. We watch it and we're like, she's a stay-at-home artist and she makes things out of paper mache.
Yeah.
And he's in grad school and they're like, their budget's $850,000. Like, how are they doing that? How are they doing it? It's crazy.
Here's the craziest part about LA too. Private school, because you can't use the public school.
No.
there. It's bad.
I don't want my kid to get
For
stabbed.
elementary school, 1 year is $30,000.
That's a college tuition.
That's insane.
That is crazy.
And then my brother bought his place in Santa Monica, and he got in right at the crash.
Right.
He bought a condo over there, but he bought for the school district because it's a nicer school district. Like
Yeah.
but you're gonna pay for that.
Yeah.
And but he got in good. But anyway, Vegas, same thing. No state tax. Vegas is phenomenal.
Everybody, Vegas became like the other Texas. Like half the people moved to Texas and half of them moved to Vegas. Everybody likes Vegas.
I got in right. I mean, right before boom.
Too hot. I mean, it's hot here, but it's too hot there.
It's different. I always say Vegas is like a sauna. Florida is like a steam room.
Yeah.
That would be the difference. It's a dry heat.
Very dry.
But it's so. My brother called it brownie heat. You know, when you're making brownies in the oven, they smell so good, and you want to keep looking at them. And every time you open the oven, you get whaled in the face.
Yeah.
That's what you walk out of a casino and in Vegas, and you're like, yeah. That's another thing. I don't know that I could necessarily stay away from the casinos if they were all that close.
It's funny you should bring that up.
How you doing over there?
I just got even and then some about a month ago.
Oh yeah,
I hit pretty good. But prior to that, you know, you pick it up a little because I'll come out of the showroom. I have merch money. I'm like, why not?
Yeah.
But I'm a psycho with I'm one of the guys where like I hate losing more than I like winning.
Yeah.
And if I lose, I have to beat them.
Yeah.
And I watched the whole thing on jackpots or how to play the slots.
Right.
Because there's
slot,
a method.
You think
to
there's I was gonna say you think there's a method to the slot?
Well,
machine?
everything's random, but what you have to look for and play. Because by law,
the progressive ones, whenever they have to pay out.
Yeah, you'll see that.
Right.
Or like a lot of the newer older ones, they have to pay out. Nobody's playing them. They're doing all these stupid video games.
Right.
You know, and
So
I show you. I hit three. I do $25 spins.
Right. Jesus
right.
Christ.
So let's just say if I would rather go in with say $1,000.
Yeah.
Instead of going in every day, put 100, 200. You're losing. You probably lose more mentally.
Right.
If you're doing that every time you go in.
Okay.
So let's say you go in 8, 9 times and you're playing 300.
Same amount.
Now you're at this way you just take $1,000 and you increase your odds. I play the hot sevens. I'll show you when we get off air.
Right.
Sizzling sevens are the way to go, man. That's what I told him before.
And with the gold bar triple, $25 spins. Now, have I lost $1,000? Yeah, where nothing hit. But when it does hit, it hits.
Yeah.
And now you got to learn. Okay, so let's say I'm doing $1,000, and let's say I'm 400 in, and then all of a sudden I hit like 4,400. Right. Cash out, walk away.
Yeah, we got to know when to leave.
So the higher you play, the higher the
because it's a bigger payout. Because even if you get bar, you're still getting,
still up.
You know, yeah.
And as soon as you're up, put it in your pocket and then play the difference and then walk away. That's the problem. People can't walk away.
So we were just there this.
You're talking to Mr. Gamble in the mansion at MGM.
Yeah, I was over at the mansion at the MGM Grand playing the minimum $300 hand blackjack. I did pretty well though. But my son sat down first day, third pull, $1,000 on one of the slot machines, and I go, listen. You won too early. I said, we're here all weekend and stuff. You're going to want to play more. I said, why don't you give me like 700? You take 300. I said, that way you'll have it whenever you get home and stuff. And he goes, no, I'm fine. I'll be fine. Okay. So I come up to the room later on and my wife goes, do you want to tell Dad why you're mad? He goes, I lost 1,000. I go, I go, listen, you can't be mad. We've all done it. You won too early. I go, you want to win on your way to the airport. You don't want to win the first day.
I'll tell you what the slots though, it gives you, not anxiety. It's weird. It's like if I'm playing blackjack, I still feel like I'm making decisions.
Sure. Yeah. Oh yeah.
The slots are so random.
Yeah.
And even if you win or if you lose, you just feel icky.
Even the slots?
Yeah, because you're sitting there playing. You have no control.
You don't even like half the time, especially on those video ones.
You have
don't
no
even know
control.
where you get. I got 42 grapes on a king. And I don't know, and the thing's going crazy.
And that's the thing. That's why he's talking about like the sizzling sevens. The more ways to win, the more ways to lose.
Sure.
I just like the regular pay line.
Yeah.
You know, you don't have to go.
I do multi-line though, not single.
You do the crisscross stuff, whatever.
Yeah. Now, if I'm doing a multi-line, the single line, if it's $3 a spin. But you got to look at what you're risking. So you want to get the lowest, highest maximum for the biggest payout.
Right.
Because now, if you look at those stupid video games, you're doing $8 spins, and the grand is like 20,000.
Yeah.
You know, what are you doing?
Yeah.
Where if you could do something with a lower max at I'll tell you a great one is that Monopoly cash game.
Yeah.
Because $5 is the highest spin. But the progressive goes up to 200-something thousand.
Oh, so yeah, it's worth it.
And then it'll pay out. You just got to know when to walk. And again, I learned the hard way. I just got even and a little more. and I'm such a giddy. I ended up just buying a Cadillac. You know what I mean? Like instead of putting the money, I just bought the 2025 to CT5. You know, in other words, I can pay off, why not? Let's do ceramic coating. And basically that's what I did.
Yeah, well, look, that's it's so funny. We have a Hard Rock here that's really nice.
Oh, I know.
Yeah. And we have a Hard Rock app where you could bet on like a sports book now, but you can only do it from Florida.
Yeah.
So we're like going crazy. We're betting on ping pong and table tennis games, and these two are like experts on the WNBA now. It's
Buddy,
hilarious.
2 years ago, before Caitlin Clark came in,
Yeah.
there was this kid that I know. The kid would bet WNBA and was killing it.
Yeah.
He
Yeah,
said it was like easy. He understood the players.
But it's also, I don't think they know what the lines are. Like they don't figure out. We talk about it all the time because like I'll go and I'll look at different people. And Kayla McBride, who averages at least 4 assists every game, and they would have her at 2.5 would be the line. And I go, well, she's going to get 2.5.
Yeah.
And it would be like plus 105. And I go, okay. And I take it every time. They're starting to figure it out now that it's becoming so popular.
Here's what it is.
Oh man, are we done already? Go ahead. No, you can finish.
Oh, I had a gambling show in Vegas, and I was talking to one of the top handicappers. His name's Jay Root, and he explained to me how they handicap games. Most of it is just information in a computer.
Sure, yeah.
Right.
And then they do the lines, and then they give you like home field advantage is like +4. Right, so and like wind will factor in, but to move the hook just by a half point. But
It's all analytics.
it's all computer stuff.